we'll just see. Maybe it's like must to know actually. These are all the questions which would come up, but you no need to remember like this act, year, and all that, but we have to remember why we are following this. There is a lot of lot many times I spoke about electronic signatures. We do this. We use a lot of tools. We use a lot of systems. We incorporate databases. We have vendor systems and all that. So all of them, how it has to be selected, how an electronic system has to be selected, how the signature, why the signature, all of them has been depicted in this 21 CFR Part 11 guideline. So that is why we have to have this as like a must to know, so that when we are usually during entry level jobs, this will be asked after you enter. Even in after you experienced, even after that you enter any organization, this will come as a training, like a
Okay.
refresher training, so that you have to go through this, and tell them that you have read and understood. Because this one, ICH-GCP, and then Declaration of Helsinki, all of these are, the base of the clinical trials. So we have to know why we are doing those activities. So this is history, how it was created, in which year it was created, and all that. It is pretty much self-explanatory that this was performed in this act. And there is like two major publication. One is Federal Register Code of Federal Regulations. We are following this Code of Federal Regulations, CFR 21. CFR Part 11 is like that. It comes here maybe. Yeah, 21 CFR Part 11 is specifically designed by the US for industry standardization. And this is like very important section of Code of Federal Regulation. So CFR is Code of Federal Regulation. In that, there is a subsection of 21. In that, Part 11. Okay, this is how it is. So it needs to be understood that each title, so there are like 50 such titles in that. Specifically, we will be mostly concentrating on 21st title, because that is where we are, having this electronic system and electronic signatures. So we are, like, this is what will be, mostly asked. So that is why we are talking about this. So
Okay.
title 21 is for pharmaceutical industries and for the systems. Okay. So if you see here, like title, chapter, subchapter, part, and subpart, this is how the CFR is being organized. So like title 21 and CFR is Code of Federal Regulation, part is 11. And in under that part, there are like, subsections like 11.1, 11.2 and all that. There is a lot of subsections in that, and there is a lot of text for it. But we are, having only these, uh, like I have specifically taken few things which is like really very important, because I think in the self or the modules which they have given, self-learning modules, you will have the entire document maybe. You can always have for reference. Okay. So here if we see under that part 11, we have like general provisions was as the subpart there 11.123, and part B is for electronic records about the closed system, open system, and then electronic signatures come in part C. So this one they will ask like, in which subpart of part 21 CFR part 11 comes the electronic signatures. So we need to tell that it is in subpart C.
Okay.
So these type of questions will come up. If they have to dig up, these questions will be usually for entry levels, as I said. But some are there even after your experience, they will ask all these basic questions, because they want to know that if you know the basics or no. Okay.
Okay.
For subpart A is like general provisions. This is discusses about the scope of regulations, when and how it has to be implemented. And as I said, this is like all for all the electronic records. And this is like approved by FDA, and it is must that mandatory that all the, you know, um, if